It seems like it's been so long since I've had the time to just sit down and speak my thoughts aloud and not have anybody interrupt me, not worry about my phone ringing, a text coming through, an email coming through. It's just like I haven't had time for me in the past 6 months. And so I kind of find myself just floating. I'm just going with the flow from day to day. It's like you get to a place where you're just questioning yourself, and you just have so many questions, and you wonder if you're on schedule, if you're on track, if you're doing the right things, if you're making the right decisions. And it just all becomes too much sometimes. And I keep asking myself, am I pleasing God? Is God pleased? I want to please God. I want to operate in purpose. I want to do meaningful things and purposeful things in life. But you come to a place sometimes and you wonder, am I really doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I really pleasing God? And it can become a little overwhelming. You know, people see you and they see things that you've accomplished, and they see that you may look like you're doing well, and they're just things that people they have no idea. I mean, I feel so tired. My body feels tired. Some days I feel more defeated than not, even though I know that even with me feeling this way and feeling defeated and feeling unaccomplished sometimes and behind schedule, I understand that my feelings, that there aren't truthful communication. It may be how I feel in the moment, but it's not an eternal indication of how I feel. And I feel so tired. I may look well rested. I may sound happy. I may have all the energy in the world for other people's issues and other people's phone calls and their problems, but it's like on the home front when it comes to what I need for me to move forward in life. Some days I'm so defeated. I'm so tired. I don't really have much left for myself. So I came to the conclusion that all of these feelings and feeling so overwhelmed, it was only my feelings indicating that my spirit wanted to reveal more to my natural mind. And I had to get away. I had to get away from Atlanta. For a while I got away to write and to just be in a neutral place. I didn't want to feel obligated to someone down the street, or answering this phone call and hanging out with this person, or having this lunch date. I just wanted to get into a safe zone where all I could do was focus on art and focus on creating. And that's what I did. I got away. I didn't really tell many people, and I just let life unfold. I let the thoughts unfold. I let the emotions unfold. In a sense, I had to get away from all the things and all the people that became my crutch, that became, what I was familiar with. I had to get away from all of that and just get by myself once again and listen. I'd listened before, and I'd heard, and I've talked about the voice within, and all of those things are great, but in every revelation there has to be a renewal, and I couldn't go off of the old voice, because obviously there was something new that needed to be spoken to me, just for me. It wasn't for anyone else. I wasn't making the decision based on someone else's response or based on someone else's needs. It was just simply what I needed to do for me. It was almost a sense of urgency, because I had one side that was saying, your life is beautiful and you have so much to be grateful for and so much to be thankful for. And I did. I knew deep down that I did have a beautiful life. But you also have that side where you don't see that. You don't see the beauty. You don't see the accomplishments. All you see is being behind schedule. You see the lack. You see the disorder. And so you're blinded on one side, and then you have vision on the other side. There were days where I couldn't find beauty. I couldn't find art. I wasn't inspired. I didn't want to create. I didn't want to to show love. I didn't want to experience or interact with other people. I was lost, and I was so lost to the point that I was even lost to the fact that I was lost. I was oblivious to it. And that is the worst type of loss you can find yourself, because you're walking around and what you may deem as meaningful is meaningless, because you don't even know why you created a pattern. You don't know why you created a routine, and you're walking in it every day, and it has no purpose because you have no understanding of it. Nothing in my life seemed to have purpose. I was doing everything because it was the right thing to do. It was what I did on Monday. It was what I did on Sunday. We did this, we did that, and I do this, and I normally do this, and I drive this way home. And nothing seemed to be fruitful in my life, so anxiety ruled my life. I was anxious about going into a building. I was anxious about going into a store, not knowing what to expect. I was anxious about driving to work. Did I forget something? Did I forget my badge? I was anxious about going to church. Anxiety just ruled my life, and I in a sense, I didn't have peace. Peace that should be innate, I didn't have. I wasn't whole. I wasn't one with myself. I was existing, but I was still existing for others. I was still existing to be the ultimate friend, the ultimate lover, the ultimate son, the ultimate protege. I was still existing for an audience. I came to a place where everything about my life was routine. Everything was compartmentalized in such a way that I never deviated from my routine. I never deviated from my little box, a box that I placed myself in, and it was a safe place for me. It was my protection. I was existing for the sake of existing, but I wasn't experiencing life. I wasn't noticing the small things, the very minute details that can last with you a lifetime. I was overlooking those details, those little treasures from God. And in a way, I felt that it offended God for me not to take notice of the smallest of things, of the smallest of blessings. I felt an urge to get to that place, to discover the beauty in life. And it was almost a mandate, almost a call. Like God had called me to that place again. A quiet place, a place of reflection, a place of journaling my thoughts, whether I've had a good day or a bad day, but just being one with self, being in tune. And in tune and meditation doesn't always mean the day was harmonious for me, but if I've had a bad day, to just experience those moments and find treasures in those moments. And it takes meditation to call forth expansion from within outward. And I was trying to get to a place where I could expand from within and not look for expansion from another person or another place or anything that was external. I was trying to expand within outward. I understood how powerful a person is once he or she has full control of their mind, body, and spirit. And that is what I recognize as being centered. When you have mastered your composure in all three dimensions, your mind, your body, and your spirit, and they act as one mechanism. And they effectively act as a mechanism, not just existing partially, but existing as a whole. And that's what wholeness is. I needed to go to a place of experiencing all that I have knowledge of. Wisdom is only a part of purpose. It's only a part of destiny. Wisdom precedes favor, but favor gives you motion. And I was in a state where I desired motion. And all the things that I knew and all the things that I would ever know, I wanted to understand how to move in those things. I wanted to be able to sit for hours and just exist. Whether that existence was in nothingness, whether it was in silence, whether it was writing, listening to music. I just wanted the space to just peacefully sit and listen, see, just let life be for those moments. I just wanted to let life just be beautiful and let it unfold. Not try to micromanage it, not try to suspend it, to try to grasp it and understand it in that moment, but just let it be and trust that understanding would come as I let it unfold. And as it all unfolds, the possibility, the limitless possibilities, that's what thrills me every day, knowing that anything could happen, and to think you could miss it by building a monument around feelings or an offense. I just made a decision in my spirit that I couldn't make time or space for anything less than impossible. I had to expect the impossible every single day. As complex as life may be, she's beautiful, and just like anyone else, she just wants to be understood. And in this dispensation of my life, I'm daring to understand it so that I can better understand my own life. It's not anything that has so much depth that you can't understand it. It is very simple. It is very above the surface. Just let life be beautiful and let it happen, and not try to control it and harness an energy that cannot be contained. Just let it be. And that's what I'm doing. Unapologetically so.
That's why you're beautiful. That's why you're beautiful. That's why you're beautiful.